EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he is going to dive to the turf. Boy, a strange return there. And they're going to start with really terrible field position.
All right, I knew I forgot to ask a question when we sat with the coaches about just how aggressive will you be bringing a ball out of the end zone, and what's the green light for your returner? In this case, it should have been a red light. Should have stayed in the end zone. Terrible field position to start this drive.
A run now for the rookie out of Georgia. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Morton. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Ravens 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Up the middle. It's Morton. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. Look at the big fella go. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Noah Fant, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by the line of scrimmage.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
1960 Eagles, 79 Broncos.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
18, 60.
On 4th down, McLeod. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Bashir Tootin. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also with offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect. They know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
7-7, our score after 1.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
19. Throw 80.
Back to throw here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 33. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
18 Cardinal.
Back to throw now on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll set up a throw. This is Fant on a short completion. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. And now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. He'll get this out to Tootin. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up first and goal.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
They'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. His second rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. 14, Ravens 7. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 99 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
10 at the 45-yard line.
Now they'll audible to something else. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll try the left side. Morton
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
At the Jaguars' 26-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and lift a throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
A good passing down here, and they send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on 2nd down.
18 Cardinals.
He'll drop to throw. Going right back to Fant. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Now he's free at the 35. Jaguars. Bashal Tutin with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14.
Ravens 14.
The Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
39 yards there, a big one.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop it behind the line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. McLeod. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
60, Mustang 19. Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Will try and do this himself. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
Tyler Luke on for the field goal. A 56-yard.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll bring them back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. These offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the Ravens' 46-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Bronco 80.
They'll drop the throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Warrior 70.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
19 sight, not 60 average, 60.
Looking to throw. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the 28-yard line.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Tag. Cougar 19. Let's go.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after
Chester right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Ravens 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
2nd and 3.
Now he's going to step up and run. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
On 1st down, it's Morton. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back to throw. McLeod.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
He's got it. Touchdown.
Zay Flowers
from 8 yards out.
And the Ravens are back within a score.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
They're
going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown.
Touchdown, Jaguars! A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 116 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Looking to throw. McLeod.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down at a yard.
Back to throw. McLeod.
That's caught. It's Flowers.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Let's go.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is down to a field goal. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter, as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now, as they will send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Bashal Tutin with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point attempt to follow here.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Next to score, Jaguars 42, Ravens 32.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Operating from the gun, McLeod. Now he'll tuck this and run. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 48 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McLeod. Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. Where the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Back to throw. McLeod. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
140 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount. He got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Noah Fant, 33 yards. And the Jags are able to stretch out their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
49. Ravens, 39.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now they'll change things up.
Warriors 70. 19, Tiger, 19, trap 60, 18, Pioneer. Let's go.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
An audible here to get a new look.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Ravens are right back in this football game.
Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing to start the drive. McLeod. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
21 at the 14-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack to move him to 3rd and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Inside the 20.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And that pick 6, that was the first turnover forced by the defense in this ballgame, CD.
And what's even better is when they finally forced one, they kept the effort up, but when we return it for a score, they can hear the defensive coaches saying to them, hey, getting the interception's great. Can you do more with it? Turn it into a big play. And they did exactly that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. Right side, this is Norton.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. They'll try the left side. Morton. And he'll get it down to the plate of the 37.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
On the stop. It's a gain of 11. Brings up 3rd and...
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morton.
Now he's into the clear again.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And he'll get in for the 2 points as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9.
56. Ravens 47.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he could pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he will have the Jaguars first down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory.
The Jaguars first down. A gain of 14. First down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
162 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
7-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the